जय गोपीजनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनजारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा श्रील गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल श्री प्रपाद की श्री गुरुदेव की अंत कोटि भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, welcome everybody to this beautiful morning Bhagavatam session. Before proceeding, I seek the blessings of great souls who are present here, and also I seek the blessings of all great acharyas and lordships. And today we will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, the status cure, Chapter 23, Devhuti's Lamentation, and verse number 6. Before going, let's start with the invocation prayers together. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudireye nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ruttama sloke bhakted bhavati naistuki mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate kirim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Canto 3, Chapter 23, verse number 6. That is there on the board. Kardama uvāca tuṣṭo adya tava mānavi mānadāyāḥ śuśrūṣayā paramayā parayā ca bhaktyā yo dehinām ayam atīva suhṛt deho nāvekṣitaḥ samucitaḥ kṣapituṁ mad-arthe Kardama uvāca tuṣṭo adya tava mānavi mānadāyāḥ śuśrūṣayā paramayā parayā ca bhaktyā Yo dehinām ayam atīva suhṛt sa deho. Nāvekṣitaḥ samucitaḥ kṣapituṁ mad-arthe. Kardama uvāca. tuṣṭo adya tava mānavi mānadāyāḥ. śuśrūṣayā paramayā parayā ca bhaktyā. Yo dehinām ayam atīva suhṛt sa deho. nāvekṣitaḥ samucitaḥ kṣapituṁ mad-arthe. Kardama uvāca. tuṣṭo adya tava mānavi mānadāyāḥ. śuśrūṣayā paramayā parayā ca bhaktyā. Yo dehinām ayam atīva suhṛt sa deho. nāvekṣitaḥ samucitaḥ kṣapituṁ mad-arthe. Kardama uvāca. tuṣṭo adya tava mānavi mānadāyāḥ. śuśrūṣayā paramayā parayā ca bhaktyā. Yo dehinām ayam atīva suhṛt sa deho. nāvekṣitaḥ samucitaḥ kṣapituṁ mad-arthe. Vaishnavis. Okay. So what word meaning? Kardama uvāca. The great sage Kardama said, tuṣṭaḥ, pleased. Aham, I am. Adya, today. Tava, with you. Mānavi, O daughter of Manu. Mānadāyāḥ, who are respectful. śuśrūṣayā, by the service. Paramayā, most excellent. Parayā, highest. Cha, and. Bhaktyā, by the devotion. Yaha, that which. Dehinām, to the embodied. Ayam, this. Atīva, extremely. Suhṛt, dear. Sa, that. Deha, body. Na, not. Nāvekṣitaḥ, taken care of. Samucitaḥ, properly. Kṣapituṁ, to expend. mat-arthe, on my account. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Svāyambhuva Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and most excellent loving service. Since the body is so dear to embodied beings, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. Please repeat. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Svāyambhuva Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and most excellent loving service. Since the body is so dear to embodied beings, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. Purport. It's indicated here that one's body is very dear, yet Devahuti was so faithful to her husband that not only did she serve him with great devotion, service and respect, but she did not even care for her own health. That's called selfless service. It appears that Devahuti had no sense pleasure even with her husband, otherwise she would not have deteriorated in health. Acting to facilitate Kardama Muni's engagement in spiritual elevation, she continually assisted him, not caring for bodily comfort. It is the duty of a faithful and chaste wife to help her husband in every respect, especially when the husband is engaged in Krishna consciousness. In this case, the husband also amply rewarded the wife. This is not to be expected by a woman who is the wife of an ordinary person. Om Ajnananda Mirandasya Jnana Jnana Chalakaya Chachurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Svāyambhuva Manu Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Udapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Shakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Padaga Swamin Niti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaura Kata Damataye Nagara Grama Tarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Desha Tarine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. A beautiful session today we are seeing on Devahuti's lamentation, which is actually, we see that Devahuti got a lot of blessings. And in the session that was covered in 1 to 8 of this chapter, we see Kardama Muni is pleased with Devahuti's service. And in the coming verses, we'll be seeing in 9 to 11 how Devahuti is requesting for children. And in 12 to 48, already yesterday Halila Prabhu explained how there is an aerial mansion. So Kardama Muni is enjoying, and they had 9 daughters at the same time. He expanded himself 9 times. And they also had a son, which we'll be seeing in the coming chapters, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, who came as Lord Kapila. And in the verses of 49 to 57, the remaining verses, we see that Devahuti is pleading Kardama Muni to stay back because he wanted to leave. And particularly in these verses, in the previous verses, we see Kardama Muni is performing, though he is married, he is having a new wife, but still he is not in household life. He is aesthetic and he is just doing his tapasya and he is doing his austerities and duties. And she is not a normal person. She is the daughter of Svāyambhuva Manu. She is a princess. But she is not bothered about her bodily comforts. She is just taking care of her husband. So we see Sadhvi, she is chaste. And particularly we see the women. Women have their own duties. That is duty of a husband. Husband has to protect. The wife has her own duties. What does she do? She takes care of the husband, the family, and she takes care of the household. She does good cooking, tasty cooking. She organizes the household. She nurtures the children. And she also uplifts, she also helps the husband in spirituality. In spiritual advancement and upliftment, the wife also plays a role. So she helps. So here you can see how Devahuti, Mother Devahuti is exemplary in her activities. And yesterday itself Harlila Prabhu was telling that, see, what is this session about? It's all about Grihasthashram. What is for me Brahmachari? What is for me Sannyasi or a Vanaprastha? But this session is very much for everybody. Why? Because Mother Devahuti is showing here about her selfless service. Not a normal service. We all do service. But the service is selfless. She doesn't bother about her bodily comforts. And the pati, the husband, becomes the guru for a wife. When the pati is a devotee in particular, he becomes a guru for the wife. And Devahuti is acting as a disciple. How we all should be with our spiritual master. This body is the gift of our spiritual master, what we have now. And how we have to do service? Example is given by Mother Devahuti, selfless service. And how she is doing? She is doing with bhaktyā, with devotion. śuśrūṣayā is the service. Loving, it's not just like that. Excellent, loving service she is giving out of love. So here, it's tuṣṭo adya tava mānavi. So we see here, Kardama Muni is telling to Mother Devahuti, oh son of Svāyambhuva Manu, respectful Svāyambhuva Manu's daughter. He's saying that he's tuṣṭo, I am pleased. I'm pleased with you. He's reciprocating now, seeing her selfless service. And we see that in our movement, there's so many examples of rendering loving devotional service. There are devotees of Srila Prabhupada who have given their lives in the movement. When Srila Prabhupada's disciples are there, we respect them and we greet them and we honor them first, isn't it? And newly who come to, when we come to the movement, why these people are always given respect? What big, what great they have done. That's it. You don't know anything, you think like that. See, envy is there. We have all weeds in us. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Macharya. Lust, greed, anger, madness, illusion, what not? Huh? All 6 enemies we have. So, we don't know what service they have done. There's so many examples. They have given their lives. They take disciples. Because Srila Prabhupada instructed to take disciples. And the Guru takes the karma of the disciples. And because of taking karma, we see the Guru suffering. Why the Guru is having cancer? In our movement, many Gurus had cancer and died. Their legs were amputated. Gaur Govind Maharaj Samadhi is here, Pushpa Samadhi. Also there. So we see the legs is amputated. Why? You take the karma of the disciple, they are so merciful to take the karma. Srila Prabhupada himself said, I am suffering because of my disciple. He is so magnanimous. He converted thousands. Today thousands and thousands of disciples are there all over the world. He started 108 temples. Now just it has gone in thousands. How is that possible? It's only by the mercy of the Acharyas and Guru. Our Stapakacharya is not a normal person. You have to be so proud that we are in our movement as such. So they take the karma of the disciples And what is your duty as a disciple? Aren't you supposed to give them service which is selfless? With love? And he's assuring, I tell this in every session of mine. He tells to the disciple, I'm not pure enough. You can't go to the front door, don't worry. Srila Prabhupada is telling, I will take you through the back door. Just hold my dhoti. Children, hold the dhoti of the father. He is our spiritual father. He is father to all of us because he is our Param Guru, Paramacharya. Just hold my dhoti. How you will hold? Following the 4 regulative principles and chanting 16 rounds. Simple. Comparatively it's difficult, but it's simple with so many processes around. There's so many processes you are cheated. Left, right and center. That too in today in Kali Yuga. People call you, come for this yoga, that yoga and what not yoga. In my life it happened. I was in search of a guru. I was cheated. When somebody called me for Bhagavad Gita class, I told, why will I come? What cheating you are going to do? Because I had that experience of getting cheated in so many moments. I just went in and every session I was telling, they were doing some nonsense. Then I had to come out of it. What you are going to do? Prabhu is very simple. He said, you come and attend the session. You don't like it, you don't come. Finish. 3 hours I took class. How I got cheated. Then I went for the session. 1 session, finish. I started chanting 16 rounds in 1 session. And within a week, I started following 4 regulative principles. In a month, I was in the Vyasas and my Siksha Guru is so magnanimous. He gave me class. I was teaching for corporates. I was teaching materially. I was doing so many things. So I was even teaching for corporates that time. So he put me on the Vyasas and 2.2 is the first sloka, sun analogy. I was teaching. Within a month, I was in the Vyasas. It's all the magnanimity of devotees. And I have to even congratulate, and I am greatly obliged to my parents. I keep telling this. My father, when I was even a child, he put me to read. Mine is a Vaishnava family. They told me to read. They were following strict rules and regulations. Every day I am supposed to read Bhagavad Gita. I am 8-9 years old. I am not reading because so much studies are there. I have to get good marks also, right? My father will bang me otherwise. He just put me in hostel, in a missionary for 2 years because I am not reading Bhagavad Gita every day. I was laughing. What is, anywhere have you heard it? Somebody putting you in a missionary for not reading Bhagavad Gita? He just put me and they trained me to read. They taught me Sanskrit there. And there are women saffron cloth people in Ramakrishna missionary. And there only the first time, 24-hour Akhanda Kirtan, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kirtan, I just got exposed. I was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra there. I didn't know anything about Hare Krishna Mahamantra before. And there they taught me about Bhagavad Gita, how to read, how to go about. And in district level, I won prize for Gita recitation. So today I just reflect, everything and anything happened for a reason. Why it happened? I never even knew that I will join this movement. I'll be here. I got this in Middle East, not when I'm in India. I was living in the Middle East, and I got Krishna consciousness in the Middle East. Srila Prabhupada's magnanimity. Spiritual master is so magnanimous that you get anywhere and everywhere Krishna consciousness. So I'm here only because of the mercy of devotees and the spiritual masters. So we all, if you just reflect in our lives, everything happens by mercy. Everybody, left, right and center is Guru teaching you as such. And here we see the story of Mother Devahuti teaching us how selfless she was. And bodily comforts, that's highlighted here. She didn't bother about her bodily comforts. In today's world, body is all in all. And the embodied, the conditioned soul, because of the attachment towards the body, they think they are the body. Anything and everything is done because of that. They don't know about the Supreme Personality of God. They know nothing except their lives. I, mine, that's it. And then extended comes nationalism and whatnot. My nation, my society, my community. Nowadays there is fighting. There is prediction there will be fight for water. Huh? Now itself it started. In India, there's between states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, there is a fight for water. The Kaveri river water is not coming. Karnataka is blocking, not giving. There is fight, world fight, Palestine and Israel. Holy river is the same. Huh? Both of them have same holy rivers. They are all brothers, God brothers. But still they fight. If we go in depth and see for a fight, reason for a fight, it will end up in nothing. Generally, any fight, if you just reflect and see why this fight happens, why you are angry on somebody, sometimes you don't talk for months also. There are people who do that. Why it happens? For no reason. When you reflect and say it's so foolish. Why only we did that? So body is all in all. We just maintain like anything. There are spas and whatnot for maintaining. Nowadays I am just laughing just for nail art. For nail there is art. People do that. There's so much. I went to Australia and I'm seeing separate centers for that. And India also it started now. It was there, it started now here also. There are spas for nail art. Small things. We see. People are so much concerned about the body. Yes, the body is a vehicle. The 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita says it's a machine. Via this we have to utilize this to take us back home, back to Godhead. It's important to maintain it. Health is important to be maintained for everybody. Srila Prabhupada mentions that to all of us. We have to take care. But it's not that body is all in all. It's the soul. We don't take care of the cage and forget the bird inside. A person got a beautiful golden cage with a parrot. And he was polishing the cage. He forgot to feed the parrot. Parrot died. What is the use of the cage without the parrot? So the soul has to be nourished, which is not done by general conditioned souls. Majority, more than 90%, we see in 7.7 chapter Prabhupada mentions when he's talking about people who haven't surrendered about the Naradhamas, they don't. So we have to take care. But to an extent that we get liberated. Here, Devahuti Mother got that spiritual blessing. We'll see how Kardama is blessing her spiritually. He's not a normal soul again. Kardama is a great person. He's a Prajapati. He's a progenitor. He's not a normal person. He could expand 9 times and make her conceive 9 daughters, which she gave birth at the same time. It's not normal. He could enjoy aerial mansions, just taking her everywhere. They enjoyed for years together. It's not just like that. That's why Srila Prabhupada says here in the last line, this is not to be expected by a woman who is the wife of an ordinary person. Don't expect all this from a normal person. Because when you read, wow, my husband, that's general perspective, isn't it? My husband also will give me this enjoyment. People get married, wow, it's going to be nice. You see movies, you see whatnot, you see people, and then get attracted, and then finish. Sex life is everything. Prabhupada mentions in Bhagavad Gita that it bonds you because of body attachment. People think that's everything. No, it's not. We see Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada is teaching us that it's only to beget, Grihastha ashram is only to beget Krishna conscious children, not otherwise. And the Grihasthas are celibate. They are brahmacharis. How? Because they use it only for progeny, not otherwise. So it's not that easy, to have a delicious food in front of you and not eat. Have a big plate with so many delicious items. You are not supposed to touch it. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible if you have controlled mind and senses. And our movement teaches us how to control our mind and senses by Krishna consciousness. We can do that. It's possible. And here we can see Mother Devahuti setting that example of giving selfless service to Kardama Muni with love and devotion. Lord is also wanting love and devotion. Anything you offer Him with love and devotion, Lord will accept it. 9.26. Lord says, Bhajatam Priti Purvaka. Give it with love and devotion, Lord says. Just not like that. And what we are reading, everything is for our practice. Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita is all for practice. Narottam Das Thakur is singing in Hariharaya Nama. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all that enriches. The study of scriptures enriches. Srimad Bhagavatam is so potent, the recitation is so potent that it liberates. That's why in our morning program it's scheduled to have Srimad Bhagavatam, in the evening Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It's scheduled. Prabhupada has given us the sadhana like that. And in Bhagavad Mahatmya, we see the story of Gokarna. Gokarna, he is Gokarna because we see he is born of a cow. And his mother Dundali actually didn't want to become pregnant, and so his father wanted children, and the sage gave a fruit, and the fruit Dundali gave it to the cow. Out of the cow, Gokarna was born. And she just, before him, she just took her sister's son and said, "This is my child." And Atma Tattva, father, he just took the child, and he is Dundu B. And we see he was not normal, he was doing so much atrocious things. He just took the wealth of everybody, and the father went to the forest, and the mother died as such. She fell into a pit and died. And Gokarna also went for tapasya, like he went to the forest. And he came back. When he came back, he came to know his half brother has died. And he was living in the house, but he was haunted by Dundubi as a ghost. And he was, when he did Shraddha in Gaya. So doing Shraddha in Gaya is not a normal thing. We see, for chastity, Mother Sita is very chaste. Wife of Lord Rama, Mother Sita, Mata was chaste. And when Ram and Lakshmana, Lord Rama and Lakshmana were away, it was time to do Pindadan for Dashrath Maharaj. They were not there. So Sita Mata did Pindadan. With the sand, she did Pindadan. And for witness, she took banyan tree, she took cow, she took a Keturi flower, and she took the Falguni river as witness. She did. When Ram and Lakshman came, except the banyan tree, all others didn't say. Mother Sita got angry, she cursed. Even today, if you go to Gaya, you can see that. Only the Pindadan is given to the Ashwamedha. The banyan tree is still there. The Ashwamedha Vat is still there. It's a big banyan tree. And women give Pindadan. Even today, you can see in Gaya. Generally, women don't, but in Gaya, women give for the ancestors and everybody. So, the chastity of women, again, there are so many examples in the scriptures of women who are very chaste as such. So, he was wondering, I have given Pindadan already, and how come he is not delivered? Because of that much he has done. So, he is haunting as a ghost. And then he asked advice, and he came to know it's better to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. So he started reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. 7 days, Saptaha, they say. And even today it's very famous, reciting Bhagavatam for 7 days, which Srila Prabhupada never approves. 7 days, what you can learn. We are reading for years together, even Bhagavad Gita. What to talk about Bhagavatam, how you can understand in 7 days. He recited Srimad Bhagavatam in 7 days, and Dundubi was delivered. He got delivered, he got liberated. So that's the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam. Who is the speaker today? Let me go on and hear this class. We do that in the beginning stages. We don't know the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam, then we do this mistake. Have you seen Bengalis? They don't understand English language. Sometimes the class is downstairs and Maharajas give class. They don't understand English. They sit there. There is no translation also, they sit there. You don't know, I understand the language. But the potency is there. When a yajna is performed, the potency, it purifies the surrounding. Vaishnavas are walking pilgrimages, we see that, isn't it? And when a Vaishnava walks in, that whole place becomes purified. Hari, Guru, Vaishnava, Bhagavad Gita, everything purifies. I'm just giving references from scriptures. That you get liberated. Bhagavatam is that potent. Bhagavad Gita is that potent. We don't understand the glories. And the Vaishnavas, they're walking pilgrimages. Bhagavatam also says that. So, we see here that Guru is not ordinary. And we have reference. Krishna himself is telling in 11th canto, 17th chapter, verse number 27, Acharyam mam vijaniyam. I am the Acharya. I am spiritual master. So you cannot put him down. You cannot put down the spiritual master. You cannot disrespect the spiritual master. And the spiritual master represents the demigods. Krishna is telling. And we see in 5.29 of Brahma Samhita, Lakshmi Sahasra Sadasambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Lord is served by Sahasra, thousands of Lakshmis together in Vaikuntha. Lakshmi Devi is also an ideal example of a wife. And you can see Krishna being served by thousands of gopis, not one or two gopis. There are millions of gopis serving Krishna in Krishna Loka. The Lord is prominent, is what we see here, the Ashta Gopis. And out of that is Srimad Radharani is the topmost. You see that. There are millions of gopis. Lord is served. So, we see in 7th canto, 11th chapter, 29th verse, Yapatim Haribhavena. The wife should take the husband like Hari. She takes him as the God. And like Lakshmi Devi, ideal wife, she should serve the husband. And when she does that, she returns with her husband back home, back to Godhead, to Vaikuntha. She goes to Vaikuntha. We see in Ramayana, Janak Maharaj is telling Sita Devi, you will not only take us, you will also take your husband's family. Double dhamaka for the wife. For a man, only his family. But for a wife, mother's family, father's family, also husband's mother and father's family. Means father-in-law and mother-in-law. Na? So see how many families she takes back. Kitna dhamaka, or means, dhamaka means bonus. How much bonus she takes back? How many people she is taking back? Being ideal. If you go into intricacies, you see a woman is representing the man, half. That's why Shiva is giving half his body to Parvati Devi. A man is a man, woman is a woman. We need to understand that always. Don't go into, you cannot become physically strong like a man. You do 101 things. A man always wants to be superior. This is in general, even in today's life. That's the nature. There is a design, isn't it? And a woman can become inferior. She has that propensity. She has that propensity. The success, behind the success of every man, there is a woman. General power. And there is Shakti potency. In our Dharma, we can see women are so much honored. The Lord is always Shri comes before. Shri Radha Krishna. Women is so much honored. We need to understand the concept. Why you need to fight for it? It's already there. In today's world, there is for equal rights fighting. Why you should do it? It's there. You have the right. The Lord Himself says, without the energy, He's nothing. He Himself comes to see the bhakti of Srimati Radharani. He couldn't understand. See, he is the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord knows everything. How can the Lord not know anything and everything? He is complete. Om Purnamadah Purnam we see in Ishopanishad. How can he not know? But we see the Lord himself comes to taste the nectar Radharani is tasting. As devotee, what nectar they have. Lord success told the devotee is so much fond of my feet. What is there in my feet? Let me suck and see. In the banyan leaf, the Lord does that. He is coming. Proof. Mahaprabhu. So why? See, there are so many things we don't understand. Just go by it. Go by the scriptures. The ultimate proprietor is the Lord. Ultimate owner is the Lord. When you know this, you are always servant. You are servant of the servant of the servant. Gopi Bhaktur Pada Kamilo Dasa Dasanu Dasa Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya 108 verse. 20th chapter, if I am right with the reference. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra hoi, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoi. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya, again we see that in the 54th verse, why we, in the 22nd chapter, even a minute's, moment's association with sadhus, even if it's a curse, you are delivered. Okay, my husband is not a devotee. Now, what will I do? We see in 3.8 of Bhagavad Gita, Niyatam Kuru Karmanam, the Lord is telling, do your prescribed duty. Doing so is better than not working, Lord is saying. Do your prescribed duty. And why the duty has to be performed? To please Krishna. We see in 5.29 of Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Egetapadam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. The Lord is everything. When we understand this, then Shantim Richati, you get peace. That's the peace formula verse. You know, He is the proprietor. He is the Lord of all living entities, all demigods. When you understand all that, then you attain ultimate peace. So the wife serves the husband to please Krishna. Even if he is not a devotee, she does her duty. And we can see example of Sri Prabhupada's sister itself, Pishima Mata. Her husband was drunkard, but she came for advice to Sri Prabhupada, and Prabhupada mentioned, serve your husband, as the scriptures say, as everybody follows, just serve. Keep serving dutifully. And she was doing that. And later we see her husband asked forgiveness from Pishima Mata, knowing her value. If you go to Imlitala in Vrindavan, the steps was constructed by her son, Pishima Mata's son, Imlitala in Vrindavan. So, just do your duty. Krishna will take care. You are doing to please Krishna. That's all. Do your duty. Serving Vaishnavas, we see in previous birth of Narada Muni, he was a maidservant's son. He just served the Mahabhagavatas. And the next birth was Narada Muni. So it's not a small thing, serving Vaishnavas and serving Mahabhagavatas. So service to Hari, Guru, Vaishnava and the scriptures is important. That's what we see here in this verse as such. That we have to dedicatedly give our lives to the service of our spiritual master and the acharyas and follow Krishna consciousness, by which Srila Prabhupada is assuring us that he will take us back home, back to Godhead. And I will end with the story of Satyavan Savitri. Savitri is a princess and she married a prince who was in exile called Satyavan. He was serving his blind parents. And they lost the kingdom and he was there. And she married him. This is there in Vanaparva of Mahabharata. And while she wanted to marry him, the sage already gave her that he will die within a year. But still she married. And the day he is going to die, 3 days she was doing a lot of strict vows. And Yamadharmaraja came, Satyavan was lying on her lap and said that, I am tired, I am sleeping. Yamadharmaraja came to take, and Savitri followed and brought him back to life. It's a big story, I am just making it in short. And that's the potency of a chaste woman. So let's all strictly follow. As such, if there are any questions, comments or any corrections, please go on. Yes, Mata.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. The question is, I think it is not that relevant to this content, but it is like, we say na different type of rasa we have. One is madhurya rasa and another one is sakhya rasa. So sakhya rasa talks about friendship and madhurya rasa include all the rasas. So it also includes friendship part. So how the friendship of madhurya rasa is different from sakhya rasa? When we talk about a husband and wife, not just about like a relation of Arjun and Krishna, like husband and wife.
So we see the husband is a friend. We have already seen the previous verse. The mother Devahuti's husband is an intimate friend. She is serving as an intimate friend also. We see that also. So, even how, see the friendship is there in Aishwarya Bhav and in Madhurya Bhav. Friendship is there in both bhavs, Aishwarya and Madhurya. We can say Krishna's friends in Madhurya Bhav, and the other friends, there are friends in Aishwarya Bhav. Arjuna was in Aishwarya Bhav with Krishna first. 11th chapter, after that it changed. Before that he was in Aishwarya Bhav. We can see that. So, you can also serve in Madhurya Bhav. Even in friendship, you can serve in Madhurya Bhav. And see, everything is included in Madhurya Bhav. Vatsalya and Madhurya is not included in Sakhya Bhav. So in that mode, you will not be able to know what is parenthood or what is love in Madhurya. But you can see here, as a wife, everything is included. So she was in Dasya, she was in Sakhya, she was in Vatsalya and she was in Madhurya. Everything together. Devahuti's mother is giving an example. Did I answer your question?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
Thanks again, Mataji, for wonderful class. My question is, we see that in our word that, if there's devotee and then he marries with a woman and she is not a devotee, maybe then over the period of time she becomes devotee, there are more chances. But we have also seen that the other way around, when woman is devotee and then she marries with a man who is, again, you kind of answered, but just wanted to confirm. And this guy is, let's say, drinks, eats, and does everything. But this woman is always, serving her husband, and over the period of time, she also becomes, like her husband. She start drinking, start eating. Versus she was not able to change her husband, rather she changed herself and serving her husband. But again, not sure if that in that process she remembers Krishna, but her goal was to serve her husband, right? So in any way which she can please her husband. So what happens to that woman and that man in that case? We know the man will go to the not to the right situation, but what happens to that woman?
Either way, if the husband is a devotee or a wife is a devotee, the family gets delivered. That's what we see in the scriptures. We see here Satyavan Savitri story, that's what I said. I also quoted from Prishma Mata, where husband is not a devotee. Mata was a devotee. And then changed. In the future it changed. Even they don't change. Even if they don't change, they're delivered because they are associated with the devotee. The whole family for generations is delivered if there is a devotee. That's what I'm trying to emphasize. I'm not saying, Acharyas are saying, and the Lordship himself is saying, that the family gets delivered, generations of the family get delivered. What to talk about one person? You're talking only about the husband or the wife. I'm talking about generations getting delivered. Before and after, when one is a devotee.
But that woman is not devotee anymore, right? So
That's what I'm saying. When one person, they are not at all a devotee, still. Because they are associated with devotee, they are delivered by the devotee. Either the husband or the wife. If they are devotees, they are delivered. Is that clear? I'm not saying, Acharyas are saying, even the Lordships is saying. The story of, in the 7th canto we see the story of Prahlad Maharaj, where we can see 14 generations delivered. Generations, not one or two, 14 generations before and after being delivered. I'm not saying, Lordships is saying.
right, but after a while, none of them remains devotees. So even in that case,
Yes. That's the potency of a devotee. We end up here. Srimad Bhagavatam Granth Raj ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Anta Koti Vai.